Brendan Lee, one of the truest OGs of SPL. For those of you who've only very recently started playing SPL over the last 4 or 5 years, may not have heard about Brendo, but Brendo started SPL with Pete. In the early days, Brendo's commitment to SPL was second to none. Everything from orchestrating all the games, the fixtures, to giving Pete a hand where he needed it. I know Pete could not have taken SPL to where it is today without Brendo in the early days. Brendo really was a massive part of SPL and what SPL is today, including things like Tuesday tune-ups, which a lot of us remember very fondly, introduction of the girls' grade, just the whole sort of expansion of SPL really started happening while Brendo was around.
Where would we be without Brendan Lee? So for those who don't know, Brendan founded SPL along with Pete. For many years, Brendan lived here, and some say the back room at the pub end was actually his bedroom until he was evicted by the church.
Brendan, just wanted to congratulate you on your induction into the SPL Hall of Fame. It's very much deserved for someone that was a pioneer in starting and creating SPL to what it is today. We're so thankful for everything you've done. And for those that don't know, Brendan was basically one of the co-founders of SPL alongside Pete. So Pete obviously had a bit of an ability to make things with his hands. He created sort of the structures of how SPL was going to be played, but it was Brendan who, used his background in IT in creating the technology for SPL, making it sort of different to any other indoor cricket stadium.
On field, Brendo was a bit of a character, but the best way to describe him, I would say, is probably clever and patient. I remember him and Evan and some of the other 12th men boys would just put on 30 or 40 runs in 3 or 4 overs without actually ever hitting a proper cricket shot, which really frustrated you, but also you'd think you'd be doing really well, but all of a sudden they've just hit the ball. Back in the old days where you could just hit the ball and run, you didn't have to wait for it to hit the wall. They would take it on the chest, the shoulder, or just leave it and run, and you'd think you'd be bowling really well, but no, 3 or 4 overs later, you've given away 40 runs.
On the field, I don't think I've ever seen someone so cool, calm and collected. These days, you've seen probably everyone, a bit of the wild side, a bit of the anger comes out, but not Brendan. He was very patient. It was very evident his batting and bowling as well. He'd be the anchor when needed, especially with the bat.
Brendan also, as a competitor, was a left arm bowler, left arm bat, pretty similar to myself, and he was someone we certainly did look up to, because he did create SPL and the rules and the little nuances within SPL. We sort of looked to Brendan to see how he's going to score his runs or how he's going to take his wickets and try to mimic that. And as the Rats and many other teams in the 90s and 2000s, every time we saw B. Lee on the score sheet, we're always worried because we know that he could destroy us, and he did do it on more than one occasions.
The best thing about Brendo was his extremely infectious positivity and his smile. He was always smiling, always laughing, always supporting you, always encouraging whoever was around, always just getting around everyone. He embodied SPL and what it stands for. And I think not only that, I think SPL is all of those things: supportive, nurturing, a fun place to be, because of those values that Brendo instilled in it, and in its inception and in the early days. So like I said, I strongly believe that SPL wouldn't be what it is or the way it is today without the influence that Brendo had in the early days. It's about time you got inducted to the Hall of Fame, and I can't be more happy for you, mate. Well done.
Thanks so much, Brendan. You created an amazing base that has allowed SPL to grow into the colossus that it is today. I think there's been thousands of players that have gone through these halls, and you're a big part of that. And your efforts in those early days, especially, helped so much to maintain it, and then allow it to grow and allow other people to take it on. On behalf of all the people that I've played with. Congratulations on being inducted to the Horsett Hall of Fame. Very well deserved.
Well done, Brendan. What you've created in SPL has been amazing. I know you've moved on to other parts of your life, but when you were a university student and creating SPL, you did something which is God's work, and we're so thankful for starting to build that community, which we love so much today. And all the best, and there's no one more deserving on their Hall of Fame induction.